Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the lecture series on Arduino. Myself, Dr. K. Revati, and I'm working as an associate professor in the Department of Information Technology of SRM Valliyamma Engineering College, which is an autonomous institution, and it is affiliated to Anna University. So in this video lecture, I'm going to cover Arduino IDE. So what is an Arduino IDE? What is the structure of Arduino IDE? What are the major functions involved in Arduino IDE? And I explain the same with a simple example. So let me introduce what is an Arduino. Okay, so we all know that Arduino is one kind of development board. Okay, we think it is only hardware. Okay, so that is not a fact. So Arduino, okay, as yes, it is a hardware. Okay, agree. And along with hardware, okay, so we have a provision of software. That is, you have Arduino IDE through which okay you can develop your code and you can turn that into an IoT application. Okay, so we have so many development boards to develop an IoT application, but Arduino grasps the attention of the beginners as well as the most developers because of its features like flexible, easy to use, and it is provided with both hardware and software, isn't it? Okay, so what is an IDE then? Okay, so IDE is abbreviated as Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so in general, in order to develop a software application, we need certain elements. Okay, like to write a code, we need an editor, and to convert that into that is a machine language, we need compiler, and to signify mistakes, we need debugger, isn't it? So IDE means okay, all necessary components to bring out and software application are bundled and provided as a single package. Okay, so that is called as IDE. So Arduino IDE. Okay, so in Arduino IDE, you have all such necessary components to build your Arduino program. Let me share an interesting history about Arduino. So in 2003, there arises a need for a device, okay, which controls the student built interactive design projects, and that was less expensive than the other prototyping systems which are available at that time. Okay, so hence the founders named Massimo Bansi and David Crotalis, okay, they came up with this project. That is, they developed the board and they named the project as Orden of Ivrea. Okay, as this particular board is manufactured in a small factory located in Ivrea, they named this project as Orden of Ivrea. Later, it was turned as or named as Arduino. Okay, so this is what your Arduino board look like. Okay, so I will point out the necessary components of the board. Okay, so this is your microcontroller. Okay, so this is your microcontroller, and this is the provision where you can. So this is a set of pins. Okay, where you can interface the various analog or digital pins, and this is a USB plug. Okay, so you want this device to be get connected with the internet means by plugging Ethernet card here. Okay, so you can make this device to be connected to internet, and this is the external power supply. Uh, the admissible power supply is either you can use 3.3 volt or 5 volt, and apart from that you have memory, flash memory, and reset pin and reset button. In order to reconfigure your board, you can make use of this reset button. Okay, so this is how your Arduino, that is your hardware, looks like. Coming to the programming environment, okay, so Arduino Uno can be programmed with Arduino software, okay, so which is Arduino IDE, right? Okay, So it uses the microcontroller named Atmega 328. Okay, and in a flash memory. Okay, so actually the Arduino Uno has 32 KB of flash memory. Uh, about 32 KB, zero point 0.5 KB is utilized for bootloader. Okay, so okay, whenever we switch on our system, okay, so that behind that runs bootloading, right? So likewise, so here we have a bootloader. Okay, so every time whenever we turn on board, okay, automatically the bootloader gets executed. Okay, so which initializes the board configuration. So you can bypass the bootloader. That is, you want to execute the program over the board, means you can load that code into bootloader and you can execute it, or otherwise you can bypass the bootloader. You can execute directly with the help of ICSP, that is in circuit serial programming pins 2. Okay, then Arduino IDE, okay, it works on the different operating systems like Windows, Linux, as well Mac OS. Okay, so upon installing the Arduino IDE, okay, so this is what your um, the Arduino IDE looks like. Okay, so in order to build a new project from the file menu, so this is a file menu and these are some short controls, and this is the code window where you can write your code. So in Arduino IDE terminology, every program, okay, is called as a sketch. Okay, it is named as sketch. So these are some short controls. So uh, okay, upon completing the code, okay, so you can upload your code by clicking this. Okay, and after uploading your program, okay, so in order to execute, before that we have to verify the correctness of the code. So that can be done by using this is the verify control. Okay, then these are a few controls in order to open a new tab, and this is for open some existing file, and this is for save some corrections what you have done in your code window. Okay, and this is for serial monitor. Okay, so in order to build a new project from the file menu, you have to select a new. Okay, so there is no need to develop a project from scratch. So in Arduino IDE, you will be provided with a lot of, okay, under examples, you will be provided with a lot of codes. Okay, so here in the screen, I have enlarged, or I have selected blink. Okay, so which turns your LED on. Okay, so based on your application, okay, you can make use of any such module which is already available under examples. You need not to write your code from scratch. You can make use of this. Okay, in order to avoid, okay, errors before uploading your code to board, okay, so you have to make sure of two things. So you have to rightly select the board as well the port number. Okay, so these two things you have to make sure in order to avoid any errors. And so this is I already explained. Okay, so this button, this control you can use for uploading, and this is for verification. Okay, so coming to Arduino program structure, as I said earlier, Arduino program, so every Arduino program, so whatever program you are writing in Arduino IDE is called a sketch. Okay, and the structure consists of two main functions. One is setup and another one is loop. Okay, so in a setup, okay, so we used, okay, so what are the setup in simple, we can say it is for initialization. Okay, so what are the pins we are using, what are the variables we need, okay, and what are the libraries you are using. Okay, so those things can be specified under setup function, and this is executed only once. Okay, and suppose you want to repeatedly do some task, means that can be enclosed within a loop function. Okay, so these two are the predominant functions of Arduino structure. Let me explain a simple example. Okay, so that is blinking an LED. So in order to blinking an LED in Arduino board, we have to interface an LED. Okay, so the LED is interfaced in the digital pin of 13. Okay, digital pin of 13. As per board configuration, it is 2. Okay, okay. So to avoid the LED burst out, okay, so we have used a resistor here. Okay, and this is for powering up your board. Okay, so we have interfaced only one element, that is LED, with the help of resistor. Okay, coming to the program structure. So in setup, okay, so your program structure used to have two things, that is setup and loop. Okay, in setup we have to initialize the necessary variables. So here, as we have interfaced only LED, okay, so by using a pin mode, we have specified under which location or which pin specification, pin number, we have interfaced that, and in what mode we are going to operate. Okay, so these are the two parameters of pin mode. And within the loop, okay, so within the loop we have to turn on and off repeatedly for a second. So for that we have used a digital write function. Okay, and we have made this high and low. Okay, and we made this to happen in a particular interval through the function called delay. Okay, so here delay we have used 1000, as it is mentioned as 1 second. If you want to make this blinking, okay, in half a second, for a half a second, for a duration of half a second, means you can make it as 500. And this is a simple Arduino sketch, simple program. Okay, so in later videos I will catch up with uh, how to install an Arduino, okay, and complicated, some real world examples. Okay, all those things in subsequent lecture videos we will discuss. Thank you. Thank you all.